What's up, guys? It's the Elite Double X Prince, and if you notice, this spot might look familiar, and that is because I am gonna do because of my room leaking that you could see over here, living room. So because that's the living room, I've been staying out here for the most part. I just finished watching Monday Night Raw, which for the most part it was a damn good show. I'm excited for WrestleMania, but this ain't about WWE. This is a movie review, and that, of course, is for Logan. Now, on my Week with Alex video, I mentioned that I talked about it for a little bit. I thought it was a really good movie, and yeah, you should go watch it. But this is gonna be full on spoilers because I think I could get more in depth on stuff that I really want to talk about. And first of all, yeah, let's just kick it off. If you haven't seen it, go watch it because it's a damn good movie. First of all, the cast here is great. Hugh Jackman was awesome in this movie, and honestly, after watching Hugh Jackman's performance in this movie, I could now say that Wolverine possibly might be my favorite superhero or comic book character ever. I mean, yes, I like him more than Batman, Thor. You know, for time I've never really truly had a favorite superhero. I've always changed it with Thor, Batman, Hulk, Spider-Man. But after this, after watching this performance from Hugh Jackman, I could say that Wolverine probably is gonna have to be my favorite superhero ever. I mean, look at this, and all kudos to Hugh Jackman for making this role just as good as it was, because without Hugh Jackman there wouldn't be like a legit good Wolverine, and it's gonna be sad to say that I'm gonna miss Wolverine or Hugh Jackman as the Wolverine, because as you know, in this movie he dies, and we all kind of saw this coming, and it was just a damn sad moment. But before I talk more about that, I'll talk more about what's going on in the other movie and the rest of the most of the movie. Professor X, Charles Xavier, Patrick Stewart is back. He's a much older, crankier Charles Xavier, and so it's weird though. When this movie said it was rated R, I'm like, okay, they're just gonna make it more violent, but no, they got a lot of cuss words in this movie, and especially from Professor X. He's more crankier, he's more mean, he's annoying and shit. He's just like, fuck this, fuck that, and I kind of loved it for the most part. Think that Patrick Stewart is rolling as Professor X is gonna be great. Go down as one of the better ones, and also I'm gonna miss this character as well. Now, for the most part, excuse me, I need to pause this. Sorry about that. Gotta check some stuff because, of course, people are coming in and out. So I just didn't want to get interrupted or be awkward as hell. But, anyways, back to the story of Logan. Patrick Stewart was more crankier, much older, and even Steven Merchant was in this movie. I'm mainly known for the lip sync battles, him being the creator of the lip sync battle show or the actual game, but he played basically the same guy who from X-Men Apocalypse, like the I forgot the name. Like, I don't really know the backstory. I just know that he's like the guy who creates mutants. He hates the sun, but he did a fantastic job, I think. And last but not least, I gotta talk about X-23, played by Daphne King. She did a phenomenal job as this character. I couldn't picture anybody else playing Daphne, or I mean X-23. Granted, there's not a lot of dialogue from this character until like later on in the movie, and as we all know, X-23 happens to be Logan's daughter. Fuck. I wish they showed who the mother was. I really wish they did, because I was just waiting for that part to fucking happen. We never got that part, which I'm fine with, but I really did wish that could happen. And I think because the chemistry between her, Logan, and Professor X, I think that's the main carrier of the movie. Plus, they're the main characters, just mainly driving over the movie. Something I will say, the villains in this movie are not that great. They're decent. They're not the best. Boyd Holbrook, he did a fine job. The Doctor, played by Richard E. Grant, they did good. You know, we got some talented actors to play the villains, but I don't know. Even in Fox's X-Men universe, we don't really get a lot of great villains. Granted, I mean, I thought Apocalypse was mediocre at most. Obviously, Magneto is a phenomenal villain. Even Ajax was more memorable than the villains here. I don't know. I wish we had like better villains. I really wish we got Sinister. I think we're gonna get him for Deadpool too. And speaking of Deadpool, I will talk about him a lot later in this review. For the most part, I thought these actors did a phenomenal job. I guess great acting, great going on, and rated R. This definitely needed a rated R rating because let's see, James Mangold came back and he did Logan. I mean, not Logan, the Wolverine back in 2013. Yes, back in 2013. He did the Wolverine, and I thought the movie was okay, but it could have been a million times better. Something needed. It needed more edge. It needed like something edgy or something spicy, something that like just says, yes, this is a damn good movie. And for the most part, it was of course the rated R, like the R rating, and I think this it was a big improvement. So because James Mangold, he did a fine job in Wolverine, but he didn't get to do everything he wanted to do because of the PG-13 rating. But now we get the rated R X-Men universe, and I'm actually kind of happy that we're gonna have um, a rated R X-Men universe because it got to the point that we need stuff different because something that I kind of didn't like about X-Men Apocalypse. Keep in mind, I love the movie. X-Men Apocalypse is a really good movie, but something I will admit, it tried too much to be a MCU movie. And I'm fine with the MCU being its thing, but it needs a different feel. Each type of universe needs a different feel, and I mean, who the fuck knows what DC is gonna do after what they've done with Suicide Squad and BVS. I hope when we get to Wonder Woman and Justice League, these movies know what the hell they want to be. But anyways, back to the X-Men universe. I think this is gonna be definitely a better way of showing them a different tone to the universe. And I'm not saying everything has to be rated R. I mean, obviously, if we want to do the New Mutant story with the Phoenix Saga, I mean, you can make some PG-13 movies because you want the X-Men universe to be for everybody, not just those adults and stuff. So if you keep it to a certain extent, sorry about that. If you keep it to a certain extent, that will be the perfect way to do it. Next up, I want to talk about the violence in this movie. Definitely delivered, like I said. There's this part where, oh shit, there's this really violent part. First of all, they make a clone Logan or Wolverine, and he kills Charles Xavier. Sad moment. But then they're actually at a house. They came to visit a house. They let him stay for the night, and this fucking Wolverine just kills that entire family. The son, the wife, the husband. He kills everybody, and it was just so tragic. It was actually really, really freaking disturbing to watch. It was like that damn disturbing. But at one point it made the movie like just seem different because even though it was rated R, it didn't have to be completely like Deadpool, with a bunch of cuss words and all this other stuff going on. What the fuck? I'm sorry about that. I keep turning around, but so yeah, I think if if also with the rated R, you could do different things. Not everything has to be just like Deadpool. And you know what? Might as well talk about Deadpool now. I keep saying his name. Deadpool. We were supposed to get an end credit scene at the end of the movie, but instead we get it in the beginning of the movie. Different, very different, and really interesting. And plus, the trailer got uploaded to YouTube. From what I've heard, I've seen it with the Stanley cameo and everything. But that was a damn good way to promote cable and what we could see for Deadpool 2 coming not so soon, but turned out I think we're getting in 2018 March season. I think it would be great. I think I'm excited for Deadpool 2. I'll leave it at that. I think that cameo was great. He didn't have to be in the movie, and I like that they kept the scene of Deadpool in the beginning, not at the very end, because the way this movie ended, I think it was more respectful in a way. And I love that they didn't have an end credit scene. I'm fine with that personally. So yeah, there's that. Um, I guess I'll talk about the ending. X-23 goes back with a crew of friends. I never even talked about the story, which is freaking crazy. Basically, the story is that uh, Charles Xavier and Logan are sent to take X-23 with her other folks with X-24, X-22, all those X-Force characters that we might see in the future X-Force movie, which I've heard from, which is going to be great. And it was just really cool. It's the perfect way to end Wolverine. He's just tired. He's more beaten down. You could tell. So the whole X-23, she was a badass in this movie. She was just fucking killing people back and forth. It was fucking crazy. Even the part where she jumped CGI, it looked kind of goofy and devilish, like I could say. But I loved it. It was really good. As far as negatives goes, the movie is a little bit long, and most of the time it's basically because of character development, which is fine. I will say, yeah, this movie is pretty damn fucking long. And again, the villains were not the greatest for me personally. If they had Sinister in this movie, I probably would have said yes, Sinister all the way. And I can't really give every movie that tries to do something different a 10 out of 10, like Deadpool, because even like a movie like Civil War, a movie that I really enjoyed, I didn't give it a 10 out of 10 because I still had problems with the damn movie. Same with this one. But even this one, first of all, this movie is much better than Civil War. So yeah, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. It's an A movie. It's definitely the best movie I've seen this year. Can something else top it? The Last Jedi, War of the Planet of the Apes, Homecoming, maybe. Guardians definitely looks good. But I think Logan's just gonna stick with me for more as like years go by. And yeah, and again, perfect way to end the Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. I heard he might come back, but honestly, the way this movie ended, it just should have stopped. And this should have been really the end of Wolverine. First of all, they have like a mini funeral for him. They have a cross for Wolverine, and then because X-23 knows a lot about the X-Men and the comics, I like how they make jokes about that, like how the comics aren't real, they're fucking fake, even though some of the shit that happens is real. But when she leaves Wolverine, which by the way, sad ass fucking moment, everybody was tearing up. It was just a sad ass moment. And then X-23 just like flips the cross and points it like if it was an X. And they did the BVS Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice ending where they just show like the grave, and then they're like, oh shit, will you just get up just a little bit? But no, they just end it, and it's just a perfect way to just end the story of Wolverine. Again, a 9 out of 10, best movie of the year so far. It could definitely be top, but I mean, this movie just gonna stick with me for a long ass time. And you guys, if you should too, it's a damn good movie. Anyways, it's me, the ALE Double X Prince. I'll be back with Double X Mania starting tomorrow, I want to say. And until then, I'm out.